Hello friends, welcome to this yet another video on a different aspect of sustainable development. To just have a quick recap of what we discussed in the last video, we remember that we discussed about the core principles of the Agenda 2030, where the goals of sustainable development to be achieved by 2030 have been presented by the United Nations. We discussed principles such as universality. We discussed this agenda does not leave anybody behind. The interconnectedness of all the SDGs, you cannot take one and leave the others, all are interconnected. We discussed about inclusiveness of all segments of society. So these SDG goals, they include everybody in the society. And then multi-stakeholder partnerships. We also discussed dimensions of this Agenda 2030 that include 5 P's, 5 critical dimensions: people, prosperity, planet, partnership, and peace. Now, going to what we are going to discuss today, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which are set by the United Nations to be achieved by 2030. I just mentioned these goals to be achieved, and the explanations are, of course, in the study material. You can go through. We also have discussed some of them before, and there is a great wealth of insight about these goals that we encourage you to search for it on the internet, visit the UN website, and then acquaint yourself fully with these very, very important goals, which actually, when put into action, can create a much better society, much better environment than what we are living in today. So the first goal is no poverty, to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. Second, zero hunger. You know the situation of the hunger across the world today. It has to become zero. Good health and well-being, again, for all. Then fourth goal is quality education. Ensure inclusive and equitable quality education. Fifth goal is gender equality, to empower all the women and girls. The sixth goal is clean water and sanitation. Again, we know what a great challenge it is today for many, many communities, both rural as well as urban, those who are living in the, in the shanty towns, who are living in, makeshift houses. The seventh goal is affordable and clean energy. Those of you who are from science background, maybe you are already working on such projects, or you will be working on such projects. The eighth goal is decent work and economic growth. Promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. The ninth goal is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. The 10th goal is reduced inequalities. A very sorry state of the affairs today, when there is so much inequality in the society. How do you reduce it? The 11th goal is sustainable cities and communities. The big challenge for sustainable development, how to make cities sustainable, because with the present practices, they are not sustainable. The 12th goal is responsible consumption and responsible production. Ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. We have to change. And it's you who should look at the present consumption and production critically, and then offer solutions creatively. The 13th goal is about climate action, take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. You remember the recent conference which was there in UAE? Everybody is talking about that. But we need action. The 14th goal is about life below water, which is much bigger than the life over land. We have not yet discovered our oceans, how to conserve and how to sustainably use the ocean, seas, and the marine resources for sustainable development. The 5th goal is life on land. It came to us now. Protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and a lot more. The 16th goal is peace, justice, and strong institutions. And then the 17th goal is partnership for the goals, strengthen the means of implementation, and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. Is it not wonderful? It really touches upon so many areas of life, of us, of the ecosystem around us. So there is something for every one of us to do. Now, some of these goals, as we discussed before, relate more closely to rural development. Now, according to RELX, which is SDG Resource Center, it says rural areas host a significant proportion of the global population and are central to agriculture and food security. All our food comes from the rural areas. So, addressing rural development is key to sustainable development goals. Therefore, what you are going to do now with your rural development projects, you are directly contributing, be proud of it, to fulfilling the sustainable development goals. A very, very meaningful contribution you are going to make. The rural development, sustainable development goals include eliminating hunger and ensure access to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food all year round. This is achieved by promoting sustainable agricultural practices, what is it called natural agricultural practices, increasing productivity and income for small-scale farmers, and improving land and labor conditions. So to achieve rural development, we need to embrace, we need to welcome integrated approaches that consider social, economic, and environmental dimensions all together. Again, we go back to the three elements of sustainable development to be together. Fostering rural-urban linkages. Now, how do you bridge the gap which exists between rural community and urban community? How do the city people know about the village? How do the village people start benefiting from what happens in the cities? Promoting cooperative efforts, investing in infrastructure, and providing rural areas with access to markets, so direct marketing in the urban areas, for example, access to technology, access to education. These are among the strategies that can contribute to sustainable rural development. So you really have many options in front of you, many opportunities in front of you. Be happy and do it with joy and enthusiasm. You know, there is NITI Aayog, which is the National Institution for Sustainable Development of the Government of India. Please visit their website to get to know what they do. Even some of you are interested, you can have internship with NITI Aayog, whether you are undergraduate or postgraduate students, or you are research scholars, that you are enrolled in recognized universities, institutions in India and abroad, you can apply for NITI Aayog internship scheme, and they will work closely with the NITI's verticals, divisions, cells, and whatever they do. You can fill the application online. And also we encourage you to read the NITI Aayog's annual report 22-23, which is available. The link has been given to you in the study materials. It's available both in Hindi and in English. Thank you.